All right, so now I did take some screenshots. A lot of the stuff you had said. It's no Thanksgiving jokes. I promise. I don't do little anyway, so it's none of there. But I wanted you to kind of just explain some of the stuff that I seen that I thought I took from it. It says, in an effort to stand out and be different, so many of you are still the same. Yep, Kim said it.
Everybody want to be different, right? I mean, it just kills me. Oh, I don't do this. You see 10 people in 2 minutes that don't do the same thing. And in your just trying to be different, you end up being the same because you're really not different. If you just be yourself, that's when you stand out.
I agree.
Social media have people, they think the kids are just impressed. No, adults get impressed by social media just like kids. It's the same mentality.
I agree, and I like to me when I read that, I said that I remember saying that years ago. Like people want to be so different sometimes that you just look the same because you just acting like another person that want to be different.
Exactly.
And everybody want to be different, so y'all all look the same now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You try so hard not to do what everybody else doing. Now you're doing what everybody else doing anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's pointless. It was silly. If you knew the greatness that was in you, you wouldn't try to imitate anyone else.
Exactly.
Where did that derive from? Like, do you make these quotes just sitting in bed like Reverend used to do in the tub sometimes?
I think a lot. I really do. I try to tell myself, come out your head, come out. I think a lot. And looking on Facebook, I can see people, like you say, now everybody want to do podcasts.
Yeah.
But all of us have a special talent. There's gifts and talents in all of us. But as long as I sit here and look at yours and don't develop mine, I'll never know how great I could be.
I agree. Like I said, I think that's kind of clear cut. It's not even something that needs to be explained. That's just what it is.
Right.
I think we see it a lot. And it's always, to me, a lot in arts too. Like I see that in art. So, like rap. Everybody want to rap, you know what I'm saying? You see somebody do it and it seems easy to you, so you want to do it. But you might do something else. Like you never, like it's anything. You might need to go to school, you know what I'm saying? You might need to, I don't know, read a book. I don't know, anything. You don't have to do what somebody else is doing, but you see it so often where people, they see something gaining popularity and they just want to try it, or they want to do it now. But I'm passionate about this now.
That's because, one reason I think is because even as children, we never encourage truly to be ourselves. Even as a mom, how many times have you heard, why can't you be like?
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're not like your other siblings. They're not like you. And so a lot of times you're not even allowed to express who you are. So you don't get to really come to know who you are until you're older.
That makes a lot of sense. It's called maturity too. So.
Yeah. You know, then you don't try to fit in. You don't try to fit in. You like, no, I'm not about that. You know, and then you start to try to discover who you are.
It says, stop babysitting your hurt and disappointments. It's time to move on from there. Live again. I don't know. I feel like that's directed to some people that's facing some stereotypes maybe. I don't know.
No. Well, it could mean a lot of things. But a lot of people is always woe is me. And that could cover a lot of things. Relationships. Y'all broke up 5 years ago.
Let that hurt, girl.
You still talking about this man. You still talking about this woman. Let it go. Or just any issue. Sometimes people take an experience and they make that experience them. Rather than just experience it and go through it, they become that experience. It's like you're basically dead because you're stuck right there in that mind frame of that situation when it happens. So at a point in life, you need to say, okay, that happened. I feel like crap, but I'm here. I need to move on from here. But a lot of people like wearing it like a badge of honor.
They won't let it go for real.
They won't let it go.
You see a lot on social media too. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the male bashing, female bashing, like gender bashing. We just say gender bashing.
Exactly.
Like, you see that a lot.
or a lot of people, and I'm not making light of their afflictions. A lot of people are hurt by family or whatever. Nobody loved me. Nobody loved me. Nobody loved me. Nobody loved me. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? A lot of people call me, well, you don't understand that. Okay, so what we going to do about it? You can complain all day. Nothing changes until you change.
That's a fact. That's right. I mean, like I said, I think like that. You know, I don't want to sulk in something. You know, I feel like you do it, like you said, it becomes you. You know what I'm saying? You start only thinking negative thoughts, or sometimes you, especially if it's geared towards a personal relationship, whatever it can be, you think like, what can I say to trigger this, like, you know, to get a reaction out of this person, and you spend a lot of your time trying to think of a status to write, or, you know, that's silly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we see them statuses. You can see this. Oh, they must. Let me go to this page.
I know, right?
Yep.
They
I knew they posted something. Exactly.
You start coming predictable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you put yourself in that box, and then like you're just wasting time,
and energy.
Because a lot of times you look back on something, like especially Facebook got the memories thing. You look back on something that I said, they be like, I don't care about that no more. Like you done moved on from that, so you could do that with anything.
Exactly.
I ain't saying you ain't gonna be hurt, obviously,
exactly.
But you know, just to stay in there is kind of wild. You know, you got the desire to grow and evolve. Yeah, I don't play. But some of these. Now I'm telling you, man.
I'm about to call him when me and the girls be looking up stuff.
That's wild. I know, right? Oh, but I'm the new Rick Ross. Yeah, he ain't like that one. Look. The desire to grow and evolve is often forfeited because one's inability to look past what is common to them, cultural, I'm going to just say familiar, or spiritually. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
What is a lot of people, and when I say people, I'm basically talking about black people. That's what I am, us. So a lot of things we don't advance in because we don't want to let stuff go that we already know or we think we know. Just like I said, whether it's something to do with your family, it could just be something the family do, and I can come and say, hey, you know, no, my grandma been doing that. That don't mean it's right.
Got you.
Oh, no, I've been in the church 50 years. That don't mean it's right.
Makes sense.
And so we don't want to come to just the table and say, maybe I don't know everything. You're never going to grow and you're never going to learn until you say, let me hear what you really got to say. But most of the time, if I sit and try to talk to you, it's straight out a debate.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to respond. I'm finna get him. You know, I see it with religion. I see it with talking about dressing, about clothes.
Yeah.
I see it with everything, and I'm saying you're not gonna grow if you're not willing to give. And that's one reason, as a race of people, we stay stuck back because we'll hold on to stuff that don't make sense. Man, you know, they just had black eyed peas, collard greens, all that stuff for New Year's, right? Man walking through the door, stuff that don't make sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something real light, but there's other things that we do that we have to start challenging. Is this something that just I do, my family do, the culture do, or is this something really factual or something that's really true? And when we do, we're going to learn, like, this don't make nobody sense. I mean, that's it.
I mean, because I have to ask this. Like, what? I know I'm stuck on this a little too long, but what age would you say a woman should start learning how to cook?
He going back to this cooking.
It's not. It's just the fact that I really got upset now thinking about the fact that people only make pasta and it's not that great. So I'm trying to figure out like what I mean. Even men. I'm not saying only women need to cook, but
I don't say because my son know how to cook. Brian know how to cook.
See, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I can cook for myself, but I don't think I make 4-course meals. No.
Oh, he does macaroni and cheese and all.
I should grew up with y'all.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You would have been working too. They hated it.
Working? What you mean working? Like
they had chores.
Oh yeah, I could clean bathroom. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
No.
Take trash out.
No, they did the whole house.
Yeah. See, even in rooms they not in, like living room. Like say using the living room all day. I have to clean the living room.
Know why we did that? Because one, the family is a unit. Family has to work together. So me and my husband out working. So your job is to keep the house running as well because you part of the unit. When Kira went to school, Fort Valley, I was lost. I had to pay bills, the groceries. She took on that when Brian got his driver's license. They ran all my errands. They did that. So when we get home, I shouldn't have to work again. A parent shouldn't have to work again. But, y'all younger people now, kids just chill and do nothing. And that's why they don't know the value of work. That's why they don't know what it takes to run a household. And that's why they don't know how to cook.
Yes, it's crazy times out there.
Exactly.
But you're really right. You see it a lot. And I feel like, not to be judgmental, but I feel like I'll know somebody can't cook or clean whatever based off working with them. I don't know why. I just feel like just their work ethic. Like, they don't have it.
Right.
And then people that have it, you could tell, like, outside of this, how they might be.
You're going to get some flack for this part. You know that, right?
Why? I don't get flack.
Okay.
And suddenly, I don't get flack.
Suddenly you will.
You are?
Because, see, people, this is one of those cultural things, whereas people do need to know how to cook because, see, here's the nurse. We're killing ourselves. That pasta is killing us. The rate of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, all that. And young people, you probably have classmates that's probably had heart attacks.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's the food. And if we don't learn how to cook, then it goes to the babies. We see so many obese little children. And little children can have high blood pressure and different stuff. And that's because we're not cooking. All that box stuff. Killing us.
They think it's cute on social media, though. Like, if you got a fat kid, it's like you got a bigger chance of going viral. No, I'm being dead serious. Y'all be seeing that fat kid eating food, and I know. Yeah, but I know y'all be seeing that they go viral. They feel like they got their moment.
But that's not good for that kid.
At all.
And we don't understand that, and we don't want to understand it. There's a lot of stuff.
Him. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I mean, we know Augusta has food deserts in the black community and different things like that. But then there's ways that you can eat healthy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even I'm not trying to say it's the reason, but like coming down here was kind of like a culture shock because like everything was a drive-through, and I just felt like I don't walk nowhere. Here from New York, so we walked a lot of places.
Yes.
And I was like, well, even if you get medications to drive through for that, like I guess I understand McDonald's, but your medication you can't get out the car to get your pills. That's kind of wild. And then I've been thinking like you really could be in your car all day. You have to walk.
Right.
You never use your legs.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
When my sister moved back from New York, she stayed downtown, and the people are like, "Why are you always walking?" She was used to walking.
That's the thing to do. Like, it's just cool. I walk all the time. It's just cool to do. I don't know why people don't like walking. I don't know. You don't like to walk?
That's why I go to the gym.
Because
what you
she's trying to explain why she don't want to walk.
Didn't I tell you I don't like the treadmill? But I mean, this is a rural area still.
It's hot out here, I'll tell you that. So it's hard to walk. Like,
exactly. And it was a rural area. Augusta is still building.
But y'all walked in Burke County. You walked places.
Where?
Where? You right. Ain't no stores out there.
And I lived in the country.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, ain't no walking in Burke County. You mow the lawn out there?
Huh?
Mow the lawn? No?
My brother mowed the lawn. I cleaned inside.
Okay.
No, I didn't. That's a lie.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I get the lawn there in no time.
I didn't do too much.
I
used to just start crying. Somebody do it.
Oh, you was the baby too, so right. That makes sense. Man, well, if there's anything you want to tell listeners or anybody, just as far as any upcoming event you got that you want to, announce now, you can. And you need to come back on another time, man. I want to do this again.
Mm-hmm. Just as we talked about, Saturday, January the 18th, the Sisters in Business brunch at 600 Broad Street. Starts at 2:30. It's open to anybody. That's the Vision Board party in Atlanta on January 25th, in Atlanta on March. But also in March, I'm going to have seminars here in Augusta one for Entrepreneur 101, talking about becoming an entrepreneur. But I'm also going to add the personal care home piece to it. And then I'm also going to do the Entrepreneur 101 QuickBooks, because one of my pet peeves is people being in business, but their finances not in order.
Okay, real quick. I'm not gonna end it yet. I gotta ask a question. No, because when I was young, I had a business, and that happened. I had a partnership with somebody, right? And it got shut down. We just say pretty much because of taxes. I feel like it was a dumb issue to me. Like what do you coach on that, as far as like just them budgeting, or just knowing how to budget, or just knowing what to pay? Cause I don't think I was 19 when that happened. That's
when I bring in the expert.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
so I have someone coming in, and we go over QuickBooks, setting up the company, how to pay your taxes through QuickBooks, when to pay your taxes, and then she also offer to follow along with them once they leave. So a lot of people just money. If you really in business and serious about it, you got to track your money to grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I've talked to different businesses, and I've just observed different businesses that could be more than what they are, but you have to get it in perspective. You're making the money, but you need to track your money, put your money back in your business to keep it growing, so that you can stay out there, you can stay out in the front.
I would assume the last thing you want to do is find out money is going the wrong places, but
when you can't account for it.
You can't account for it. That's probably the worst. That make me sick.
You can't account for it. Yeah.
So that's kind of. But why is entrepreneurship so important to you? Because I know you say you're an entrepreneur, and you do a lot of seminars on that. You talk a lot about it.
Because it's something I wanted to do for years. Back in, I think it must be the early 2000s, I was a partnership in a daycare. And from that, it's sort of like, yeah, I like that. I always liked it. I like that. So and plus, it's like my retirement strategy now.
Okay.
To build something that'll keep going. And not only keep going, I got my little glam babies now, and I told them the other day, they was like, we're going to the office. And I was like, not today. And one of them didn't want to go. I was like, oh, you going, because you're going to be running it. You're going to be doing some CPR classes and different things like that. So,
I mean, I think that's dope. And I think just like now I know a lot of people kind of push forward like this generational wealth and stuff like that. So, I mean, I said, I'm down. Like I do want to attend one of the seminars. So hopefully soon you have one for men. I know. I mean, I like sisters too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be the only guy there. I just feel attacked when I'm the only guy somewhere. I don't know why. I feel like I get raped sometimes.
Oh my Lord.
So, yeah. So throw one for men and women. I definitely come. You know what I'm saying? But I always gonna share it. I try to share anytime I see it. I support everything you're doing. So I want you to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Keep educating us and educating them, and keep not hustling us. I like that. Like that's the main thing to me. I like that you just give information out, and it's not about how much you can make off of it, but just about who you can impact.
Right.
So
that's
dope.
Back to me.
And eventually, that's how I feel too. So all right, man. Morning Masters podcast. I definitely appreciate you coming through. We did more than an hour. That's good though. That's always good. Okay. Anytime you do an hour straight, it's kind of like it could be maybe not good, maybe good, but doing over hours always good. So you got anything? You good? You good? All right, man. Morning Masters podcast. We out. Yeah. This is Miss Kim Walltower. So if you want to know how to cook, she'll tell you. If you need some Thanksgiving jokes, she got you. If you want to joke on somebody, she definitely a person to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Very funny individual right here. And we out, man.
All righty.